Clubhouse. We saw Bliss play it earlier today. They lost it 7-8 to Space Station Gaming, who have already booked their ticket to the next stage of the tournament. Now, Team Bliss have a final chance, a repeat, to do it again. But they must take down Wolves for the second time. This is the ultimate tiebreaker. Bliss versus Wolves. Quite a rivalry we have forged here in Atlanta. But only one can go on. The other must go home.
Team Bliss, quick ban. Straight on to the Thatcher, hey? I wonder what Wolves are going to do in response.
Well, here we go.
That is fair enough, I think. If I'm on Team Wolves and I've seen what Fisher Guy has been able to do on Monty, we're going to Clubhouse, that's all right, I reckon. I think that's fair enough. Make sure that he cannot have that option on the attack. That does leave Maverick in, right? So not only that, but Cade being banned out as well probably means that the trick game isn't really a thing that's going to happen. Unless they pull a Forest and jump onto the Bandit. Oh!
Bliss are loving these Bandit bans, hey. What's this all about?
Forest is in their head, man. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I don't know if that's what it is. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, the final round of Bliss Space Station, Forest on the Bandit kind of won Space Station the round.
It did.
But Bliss also banned it on the first map as well. I think this is Bliss trying to throw some kind of curveball out there.
No, all I'm saying, Forest is in it.
Forest, if you're watching, mate, you scared Bliss so much that they're banning this operator every single map from now on.
You know what? Fair enough. That means that there is no electrification tricking at all on this side of the defense. Thatcher being banned out as well just means there's only mini EMPs, but you kind of don't need to bring them that, well, it's not a necessary evil anymore to bring mini EMPs because the only things you want to be clearing are mute jammers. And anyway, we're going to go down into the basement. Mutes are not going to be brought anyway, so all the walls are going to be open for free if Wolves choose to do so. Doesn't look like Bliss are looking for too extended of a roam. They are going to reinforce all of the hatches on the ground floor, so they're not looking to do like a moto fall off or anything like that. They are just going to hunker their way down inside of the bomb site.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see how Wolves go on their attacking side. Bliss on the defense, going to the basement first up. Wolves, like you said, no real need to bring EMPs. Instead, they're expending their operators on such things as Capitao and the Twitch. Really exciting ideas. Wow, look at the speed, the pace from Mowgli.
Ooh, he's getting his way straight on in. Wolves know that Bliss have forfeited the entire map to them, and Mowgli has just snuck past the main stairs camera. He's going to completely catch Oda off guard. He has absolutely no idea. He's just walked in through the top floor. None of the players on Team Bliss were on cams early, and they got punished for it.
Mowgli continuing his form here in this third map, and definitely final map. Oda's gone down. Very talkative player he is, so he's got cameras to watch and ideas to contribute, but the rest of the team will have to deliver. Wolves now, what is the idea? Moving on forward, opening up these hatches should be fairly easy thanks to that Hibana, thanks to the can openers from P4. Speaking of, here it comes.
Wolves have got a lot going for them at the moment in the attack. They've got a lot of options, right? They have all the hard breach they could possibly need, so they can open up any wall that they'd like to get open. Not only that, but they have some nice execute-based utility in the hands of P4 as well, and a set of flashbangs on Bibu as well. So it's really going to be on these two players, P4 and Bibu, to go ahead and actually have this planning phase of the execute work out for them. All they need to do is put the entries of Mowgli and Deadshot in the right spot to cover them for whatever plan that they want to do, and they have a whole minute and 25 seconds left to think about it.
Numbers advantage, time on their side. Ooh, Shinka, look at this. This is very, very nice. That Twitch drone has gotten in. Oh, it's taken down not one, but two were my magnets. This leaves Brendo incredibly exposed. Finally, that Twitch drone is taken down, but it has been worth its weight in gold.
Love that from Shinka. He's really going to enable his team to make this blue execute work as the flashbangs start to sail in. Deadshot's going to put a nade to follow, but it doesn't quite connect onto the player. Wettable is taking a little bit of damage, but not out just yet.
Yeah, but he has lost his shield, and now he will get aggressive. He relocates around to the green box. And Shinka sends his drone in once again, his final Twitch drone, looking for more information, looking for the players, looking for the dread mines, looking for any kind of utility. Oh my god, that is so many.
He really wants to clear out these dread mines, like you're saying, but when they're inactivated like that, he can't clear them out. And that's why Sage only now has activated that second one, but here comes the execute. Only 25 seconds left, but Deadshot's going to make his way in.
Mowgli does find his second, though. Oh, another one for Mowgli. He's unstoppable. Or so you would think. Brendo takes him down. Sage, and you could win the round for your team! Oh my god, Sage! This man does it again! Every damn time you look, and he is there waiting to steal the round. Doesn't matter, he's got Dread Mines to win it. Bibu will stick this diffuser. The two brothers must counter. And indeed, Brendo steps up to the table. Fist bump for Big Bro and Little Bro here. And Bliss have started strong on club.
That was actually so smart. The entire time we were on board with Shinka, and I was like, why hasn't Shinka shot down a Dread Mine yet? The entire time I was like, yes, the Wood Mines have been sunk down. That's really cool. And that enabled them to do some good stuff in blue. That was excellent. I thought that was so good from Wolves. But why has none of the Dread Mines gone down? And the reason why is because they're inactive, right? Sage, through the mid-round, decided to take them all away and only have one of them activated. And that made them safe from the mid-round clear that was happening from Wolves as Shinka tried to make his way in. And then only as execute was happening, he reactivated them all again, and then they couldn't be cleared. That was so smart.
It's amazing. You have to be so quick, so prompt in order to use Fenrir like that. And I feel like so few people are. It requires such active attention. And it requires being incredibly quick at activating and deactivating the different devices, juggling them, if you will. But for Sage, I mean, it's just another day in the office. Two pivotal kills and incredibly well played from Bliss. That said, Mowgli, this guy is on fire. He finds 3, and he could well have found another. And now Wolves, well, they're fighting from a 1 deficit.
Team Bliss are going to jump over to CCTV and catches the second bomb site. But oh no, Wettables, he's going to be shut down by Deadshot. Really sharp shooting to take down a player early. But Team Bliss have been in this situation before. Just the last round, Mowgli did the exact same thing onto Oda. So they've been in man deficits before, but can they claw it back?
Well, yeah, like you said, 4v5s are no strangers for Bliss. Wolves have to make sure they are consistent during this mid-round. Let's see, Bibu's done a good job opening up that first breach. Oh, but the mirror actually hasn't been taken on down. That's kind of awkward. That means that that's also not even vaultable.
It's a bit yoinky-splinky, as some might professionally say. I don't think it's too bad though, right? It's like a line of sight. Bibu's still got pressure. I mean, they can't play it. That's like the main thing, right? And they can still pressure out rafters. But here goes Mowgli, down inside a lounge. He's gone and taken out Sage, but not before being killed by the wall from Fish. Right, he's gonna go for the 2K down in mini garage. It's leaving Bibu and Shinka all alone inside the middle of the bomb site. By the way, is Shinka. He's gonna get C4'd from below, but not out.
The thing is here that Bibu can't jump into sight, so it's all up to Shinka to force this diffuser down. Bibu cannot overcommit. Shinka is so worried. He does fire out the position, but Bibu's gone down. Fisher guy has been amazing. And now Shinka must clutch up 1 kill. 2 more required. Oda and Brendo. Well, Oda makes his way forward. What an impact. Oh, the fire. And that will be an easy retake there for Bliss. Focused, but not too focused. And they will go for the fist pumps and easily disable that diffuser.
Oh man, how is Shinka in the middle of the bomb site? That's all I'm asking, right? The wall is open, we're thinking, that's a bit strange. And then all of a sudden we're on board with Bibu and Shinka's like in the middle of the server going, guys.
How did he get there? Did he jump in the CC window? I honestly do not know how Shinka got into the bloody site.
That was a Wolves classic. They tried to pull a Wolves El Clasico on Bliss, and it didn't work because Fisho guy was there, and he's like, hang on a second, I see what's going down here inside of the ground floor. And he shut them all down, and Oda there with a really nice, I guess, deny of the client right at the end to close things out onto Wolves. Good composure from Bliss.
Yeah, and now we've seen quite a few times where Bliss are perfectly happy to let Wolves into the site a little bit and go for really confident retakes. A lot of teams, as soon as they lose that site control, they're like, oh damn, we got to just go for a C4. If we can't deny the plant, we are screwed. But Bliss is saying, no, it's fine. Like, it's 2v2. We whittled them down. We can work together and make sure that we win the post plant. No worries at all.
Bliss have got the formula, you know, especially after their first BO1 against Wolves. They know that Wolves are going to hit the bomb site eventually. Now, when that eventuality happens, I don't know.
30
Nobody
seconds
knows.
in, 60 seconds in.
Yeah, exactly. Late round, 20 seconds left. You don't know. It's Team Wolves. These guys are the masters at changing up the pace. They do it in E-Well, and that's been their MO. But basically the past, 2 years, right? They're such a good team at knowing when to change the pace. And Team Bliss are like, okay, we've got to be constantly thinking about that. And you can see by the way that they've set up all these strategies, they're a lot closer in towards the bomb site, and you've constantly got Fisher Guy babysitting the bomb site all the time.
Yeah. A lot of weight on his shoulders, but Fish, this isn't his first rodeo. This is his 4th major now, 2 with the Chiefs and now his 2nd with Bliss. Fisho is actually also one of the longest standing players in the scene. This guy has been playing since the very start of Pro League in the Oceanic region back in the ANZ Pro League days. And he is leading Bliss to what could be the deepest run he has ever made at a major.
Here goes Bibu, trying to open up the jacuzzi wall. Now, of course, both Cade and Bandit has been banned out, so the only thing they'd have to worry about is Mute on the other side. And there are no Mute gems on the other side. You guys probably dedicated them over to Bathroom.
Fish!
Here goes Wolves!
P4's gone in. Do they know about this, Bliss? This is very strange. Sage has just let him on through, but there's good sound cover from the Ram. P4 now has information. He knows there's a player behind here. Sage is completely clueless, but it doesn't matter because he can flick to his head regardless. Another one surely for Sage, not to be. Shinka pairs up with his teammate. Right in the bomb side now, Wolves. As 2 players from Bliss have to retake from the other side. Mowgli's so good. Brendo goes down. Mowgli keen for another one. Wettables. Oh, he peeks onto the balcony, but there's nobody there anymore. He can take down Mowgli eventually. 2-on-2.
They have info. O's got some Valkyrie cameras at the player in the top lane. He's going to be able to pre-fire him. No, he's not. Deadshot can land a shot. Shinka can land the second. And that's Wolves with a great rush onto Gym and Bedroom.
A perfect rush. It is their MO, as you said. But finally, on the scoreboard are the Europeans. Bliss had a decent read on that, and it looked like they were to weather the storm. Fisher Guy found the opener with that C4, but Wolves ever so persistent. Piece by piece, they will continue to march on forward, and they care not if you are ready for a rush. They commit to it anyway, and they will do what is needed. Yeah, so solid from Wolves, continually.
Yeah, especially from Mowgli, right? He really cut down that defense in half. Not only did he pay attention to the security window, the server window, peek out into the balcony, but he then hopped in, helped out with the entry, made sure that things were going all right on the bomb site, realizing that was all vacant, and you know, it was done from there. Wolves did a great job.
The first round of attack for them on this map. Check mark. Good job. All done. Now, Bliss earlier today against Space Station, both halves were 3-3.
10 seconds left.
Very even in regulation, and then Bliss lost on the final round when they were attacking. I think that tells you pretty much all you need to know. This is a damn even map. And you can't say, oh, well, Wolves can be okay fighting from behind because, you know, they're on their attack. No, you've got to be good on attack and defense on Clubhouse because both of these teams are.
Especially with the way that the bans have gone out as well. Such an odd game of Clubhouse, not having that trick mini-game happen at all through the entire map. It does mean that like walls are getting opened. They are open in a weird way, right? And then after that, you've got to pay attention to stuff like going in through the execute. You don't have Monty. It's like, it's such a strange matchup of Clubhouse. Anyway, whoa, Mogi's in real early down inside a lounge. He must have had some info, and he's going to catch Sage on his fall off down through red stairs. There is still a player inside of Garage. I can only imagine that's Brendo, the younger brother, on the other side, trying to collect the refrag.
Yeah, Mowgli's so good today. He woke up and he chose violence.
He's rapid.
He is indeed. Brendo's still at the bottom of the stairs here. Don't know when he's going to make his move. There is a camera here. So Shinka's position revealed. The Ying Candelas go out. Oda finds one. Brendo gets his first. Traded on back. But is the damage done very early in the round? Have a look at that. There's only bloody 1:45 left on the clock. This has been a very short round so far, but so much has happened.
Fisher Guy's feeling the pressure now. They've tried to make an execute work on the bottom side about halfway through, and now he's recalled his players back. He's realized, okay, guys, no more 1v1s. We've lost a lot of players. Let's just head back on in and play for these dread mines. He's now activated his 3rd dread mine, and the rest of Wolves need to slowly dissect it. 2 players on drones at the moment, both Deadshot and P4 going through the thinking phase, and it's going to be P4 actively calling what execute they want to go for. He's going to burn out one of the dread mines, going to telegraph his position, and that nade is going to do the second.
Deadshot almost actually got a kill with that nade. P4's got good info in the site. A Candela to go out.
Oh no.
This will be devastating for Fish if he's not able to get to safety. A second to go out as well. P4 goes deep. Will he land the final kill? Oh, Fish gets him. Crossfire as well from Wettables from far along. Shinka tries to make his way down blue, but it's just not going to happen. Deadshot and him must pick up the pieces.
Yeah, Shinka, he couldn't progress on forward anymore. He was caught out by the Dread Mine, as we spoke about earlier, and that's forced him to come back up and rendezvous with his teammate of Deadshot. It seems like they are going to dedicate themselves to this kitchen hatch drop or down the main stairs. Do Team Bliss know? That is the question, or are they going to be looking the wrong way?
Not even the blue hatch is open. Wolves do not have many options here, Mandy. They're doubling back once again. The classic Wolves, they have no time to make a decision, and so a terrible one must be committed to. Fish should hopefully in a moment get an idea that both of these players are coming from blue. Wettables waits, SMG 11 in hand. No time left, 1 kill for Wet. The trade comes through. Oh, Deadshot! You're not allowed to do that, mates! He's just found them both!
I cannot believe that from Deadshot. Shoots one, 90 degrees, shoot the other. The crossfire from Bliss, not there. Fisher guy not quite looking in the right direction, worrying that there would be a player inside of dirt. Bliss losing their composure in the final seconds of the round to be gunned down.
Oh, the intensity for Bliss. That was their round to lose. And Wolves stole it away from them. Deadshot himself, he put the round on his shoulders. He said, this is my moment. Some insane mechanics, and he keeps his cool. 4-2 at the moment on the scoreboard for Deadshot, as we are even between Bliss and Wolves. And Bliss decide, okay, guys, that's our second attempt on Church. It didn't work out on the second shot. Same can be said for Gym and Bedroom. Let's mix things up a little bit.
I've got to say, just want to go back to Deadshot for a little bit. I do really rate the pickup of Deadshot onto Wolves.
Yeah.
I feel like Deadshot was that little bit of consistency in the front line that they needed. You know, Mowgli? Sometimes he has games like this that are like, whoa, Mowgli. And then there are other games that are like, oh no, you know?
Whereas there are games where he's 0-5.
Yeah, I feel like Deadshot's your consistent shooter, you know? He's always there, doing his thing, shooting people down, and then when you have your superstar in play as well, they can be a deadly duo.
That's right. Yeah, Mowgli's a superstar and Deadshot is Mr. Consistent, which is exactly what this team needed. Especially with the prowess of the supported trio rather, P4, Bibu and Shinka, such good enablers for the rest of the team. Keep an eye on Mowgli in that early round, he's always looking for something.
Loading mag!
Wonder how Wolves are going to approach this one. It is a bar and stage defense, and it can often be a little tricky to pick apart. Do they actually go for the full clear across the map, or do they just go for something linear? The fact that they are opening up Jacuzzi does make me think that they are looking for that full top floor pressure, and here goes P4.
Oh, this is so classic Wolves, isn't it? Just straight on in on the back of the breach and nade, and then entry. Mowgli's found one, looking for a second. Brendo, you better be ready for this, but you're not, and you'll lose your head because of it. Mowgli, 2 kills on the entry, and it's looking perfect for Wolves. These last 2 players from Bliss right next to each other, and there's 2 whole minutes for the attack to sort out a push.
Really nice explosive entry there for Team Wolves, and it's going to force the remaining 2 players of Team Bliss to get aggressive, but they've been seen on their aggression and taken down. That's Deadshot to take down Oda, but not before Wettables can get one onto Mowgli. Now 1 versus 4, but surely this one's dire. Surely it is, but apparently no, he can claim the second one onto Deadshot. 1 versus 3, slightly more doable, but still in such a rough spot.
Oh, P4, he's gone down.
Wettables.
Not out, I don't think Wet knows. Plant's going down, Shinka in a good position, very safe Plant. This is going to be such a solid post plant for Wolves. Hard to lose. Do you know, Bibu? Do you know? Because Wettables is just around this corner. Good flash. Oh, that keeps him at bay for another moment. Bibu goes aggressive. You don't need your thermite charge now, mate. The res has come through. P4's back on his feet, and Wettables has a lot of work to do. 3 kills will be required, and a defuse, 24 seconds to get it done, but Bibu on the rotate back. A massive sigh of relief from him. And a fantastic round from Wolves as they take the lead on Club.
Man, they've been so good on the entries in the early game. It feels like it has been Wolves through and through in the early game. We're going over to round 6, but they are really starting to pick up this momentum on the attack. Mowgli and P4 were in the building so fast. The moment that the Jacuzzi breach went on, P4 was like, right, I'm getting it done myself. If y'all can't do this, I'm running on in. And he did it with the gridlock.
He did.
And he sent it, and he took him down.
He did. I mean, I really love that. Very rarely you see someone cooking a nade before the breach is even open, but he timed it so that he could throw it as soon as that breach detonated. That's a very nice touch from Wolves. Bliss, what's been going on? 3 rounds in a row. Wolves have stolen away from you. Time to wake up or go down quietly.
Tough spot now for Team Bliss. I actually almost expected them to take their tactical timeout, not in that last round, but the round previous, because of how the momentum was really starting to swing in the way of Wolves, but they seem backed into their strategy. They want to head down to that basement bomb site now. That basement bomb site it was close between these two teams. It came down to a 2 versus 2, and Shinka and Deadshot landed some nice shots to close it out. So they really aren't going to change too much here. Bliss, they're happy strategically overall. They just want to play it a little bit better.
And there are some minor changes, Mandy, as well. If you look at the operator lineup for Bliss, for example, Fishoga has given the Fenrir back to Sage, who was so good with it in the first round, and himself has taken on the smoke, which will be good time delay in the late round, which I think is exactly what Bliss need against Wolves. Oh, what an angle! Oh, no, not enough bullets. Mowgli wants to hunt for that one.
Mowgli's in, man. Mowgli is in like every single round, like 20 seconds in. He's so confident.
You could say it's a risk taker, but we haven't seen him punished for it, ever. He's so quick, and he's making Bliss look like fools. He's been so consistent in this game so far, but now he's taken a step back. He said, look, I'm going to compromise a little bit on my firepower here, get off the Ash and go to the Dokkaebi. We need it for the team, as that Fenrir device is spotted. He's not going to be able to take it down, as it is deactivated for now, but he will march his way down the main stairs.
This is a lot of time for Wolves. 2 minutes on the clock, and they've already got the majority of the hatches open. The last one to do is kitchen. That's Bibu's job, and he's going to get that done pretty easily. There's not a whole lot of resistance on the other side, unless Brando can get the trick or whatever, but I can only imagine Brando's probably off in blue doing something or another. I don't know. Anyway, so Wolves, they've got a lot of time here in this mid-round to make things work. Everything's open. They have the vertical all to their hands. They just need to put some conviction into whatever execute they're trying to do, and take a little bit of time to dissect the remaining things inside of the bomb site. That's where Shinka is going to be so important at the moment on the Twitch. How many of these Fenrir devices can he deactivate? That is the question.
Well, at the moment, Sajon has only got 2 activated. The one at the bottom main stairs is not. Shinka's Twitch drone's been able to be taken down by Bliss without it finding anything. He sends the second out now.
Well, the danger here is that because all the hatches are open and the pressure is on, Sage can't really deactivate these things anymore. And he doesn't have any more activations as far as I can see as well, right? So both of these are going to be left up because Team Bliss know that at any time, Wolves will strike. But it seems like they're dialing the pace back. They're still having a think before they commit to anything.
This will be a 5v5. In goes the final Twitch drone. What's Shinka going to do with it? He's looking for, what, Valkyrie camera's utility on site? I don't know what he's going to see. Mowgli goes to push down blue. Some strange smoke grenades likely used to burn those my discs. Brendo's fallen back. He knows he's no longer protected. Wettables has a good position.
P4 has the kit. Down main stairs. Oh, this is so smart. They've Azami barricaded off the Ash Rush wall.
He
so he can't run through. He cannot sprint in. Someone needs to look at him.
Oh no, he's gone for it anyway. He's going for the plants. What is this from Wolves? Have Bliss heard it? They certainly have. Sajon can deny Mowgli. Meanwhile, Wettables denies the plant. 15 seconds for Wolves to desperately fight from a man disadvantage. As Deadshot has picked up that diffuser once again. He's looking to contest Wettables, but he's not given the fight he's looking for. Wet's found Shinka. Another kill now for Bliss. All on Bibu. He can't find a damn thing. Bliss have finally stemmed the bleeding, and they finish the half. An even scoreline.
Oh man, what a solid defense that was from Team Bliss. Even down to the little details of Oda blocking off the immediately rush onto the Ash Wall, forcing P4 to make his way around. It just gave Bliss enough of a launch window to actually claim that kill, right? Just the small things that Bliss need to do to retain their composure against Wolves is what they need. Because at any time, the wolf pack could come running at you at any moment, and you don't know. But if you've got stuff like your passive intel, like your barbed wire, like your dread mines, that Shinka didn't really seem to find once again through that mid-round, that is what is going to be the medicine that Bliss need.
The Wolves really are a pack, aren't they? They have such a beautiful play style all together, all committed to the single cause of enabling their teammates to force themselves a round win, whether that means prying it out of their opponent's cold, dead hands. But Bliss are keeping pace here.
Here we go. Wolves now on their defending half. The side has swapped, and like we've been saying, this game is the tale of two halves. It has been so even between these two teams, and a scoreline tells that story as well. 3-3 half for Bliss on their defense, and they're going to have to find the same success that Wolves did on the attack, or better, to push it over the line.
Looks like it is a bit more of a loose roam here for Wolves, looking for those drones. Now, that's one thing that we haven't really talked a lot about, Mandy, earlier, but so many of these bans are expended on the wall denial operators like Bandit and Kaid. Azami's in, Solus is in, which we haven't seen, by the way. The mirror's in. So many powerful operators that have snuck through this veto, including the Valkyrie, which is present here.
And that's exactly right. And that's why players like Brendo on the Bravo are so important, because there are so many electronic gadgets that are really great to be able to hack if you have those clutch drones in your hands. But, you know, like you said, on the side of the attack, because they don't really need to worry about getting these walls open, they don't really need to put a whole lot of redundancy. They have a lot of options elsewhere, especially in through the mid-round. That being said, for this particular bomb site, this is an exception. I think bringing the double hard breach is not a bad idea, Team Bliss. By having both the Hibana and the Thermite, it really opens up their options as they get in towards the basement. Not only are they going to be able to open up all the hatches, but they might also be able to get verticals over on the triple wall to create a run-in hole and another opportunity for an execute.
Oh, that would be something to see. I haven't seen Thermite breach the triple church wall in a hell of a long time.
It's a thing that happens. That used to happen, but not these days.
Maybe. You never know. I like this from Wolves, even just barricading these off-site doorways to try and slow down Bliss. Even if it only gives them an extra few seconds, it's going to be massively valuable in that late round.
Mid-round work now for Team Bliss. Vertical pressure, and what's Brendo doing on the clutch drones? That's a big question here, because whatever he's going to be able to hack is also going to enable Bliss in for the execute. He's going to call then the point of least resistance that Bliss can then capitalize on. Here comes the bottom main stairs pressure. All three walls on the triple wall actually closing, so the pressure inside of short has actually been forfeited to Team Bliss. But Wettables instead is going to dedicate that exothermic charge all the way over in dirt. Bliss, what is the plan here? I can only imagine it's going to be a kitchen hatch drop from here on out.
Well, there's just so many players all over the map that it's hard to say where Bliss will commit. The question is, how is the setup from Wolves? Do they have enough fortification in these positions? There's still a smoke, 3 babes in pocket for Shinka.
There are 2 sets of grenades. If Bliss in these last 28 seconds can at least dislodge 1 or 2 of these anchors, it's going to make their lives so much easier as they try and drop the hatch. And it seems like that's what they're going for now. Both players with nades in their hands and cooking them.
So he's looking for something here on dirt. The nade does not sink a kill. And Fisho Guy drops into the meat grinder. That player boosted up on the AKs. It's Mowgli once again. Traded on back. Sage might have this. It's a 3v3, but Deadshot springs up again. Oh, no! C4!
Oh, man.
Oh, Shinka denies the plant regardless, but what a shot from Wettables to shoot off that C4. Wolves steal the round away regardless. Shinka barely denying the plant.
Oh man, Oda, I really thought that they had that. Holy moly, that was a nice shot on the C4. Jeez. Oh my god, that was so scary. Bliss, unfortunately, not finding success as the execute came through. All of the utility was for nothing. The flashbangs went through, but on the other side of the flashbangs was a Warden player, and he went... So anyway, I can see you, by the way, as you drop down the kitchen hatch. Brendo did a fantastic job coming in through blue, but he got shot down by the crossfire moments later, and then Oda almost securing that C4 plant before it went down. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for Bliss, and Wolves keep their composure in through the execute and can close out another round.
And they keep their lead as well. Remember that this map started with 2 in a row from Bliss. Since then, Wolves have found 4 of the last 5 rounds. This has been a fantastic game from Wolves thus far, piece by piece. They will not go down quietly. Deadshot now on the Solar, something we haven't seen a lot of thus far. A very powerful operator, especially against Bliss. Bliss love banning out the Solus, but to our surprise, getting rid of the Bandit in both of the maps here that we've seen in the last 2, they are leaving that Solus up, and with Deadshot's current form, I'd be terrified going up against him.
That's a good point. I can't believe we haven't spoken about that yet, because Team Bliss basically only banned Solus, like on every map. I think this is the first time we've seen them deviate away from it in like most of stage 2. Alas, here we go. Gym and bedroom attack for Team Bliss. Wettables is going to get that Kennel's Breach open nice and easy. No resistance on the other side, as we've been speaking of. Bandit's gone. That's alright.
Indeed. Very easy to get a breach on. But clearing power positions is a whole nother ball game. This is gym and bedroom, the bomb site. And this is the jacuzzi wall that spelled doom for Bliss the last time they attacked this bomb site against Space Station. Failing to breach that wall was why they lost it. Oh no, Mowgli, what are you doing?
Where are you going, mate?
He was caught out in weights and quickly taken on down on a rotation. That is a big play to take down. Oh wow.
Shinka.
Shinka's nearly lost his life as well.
Oh, Ooh, I reckon they're sending in something in through logistics hatch. Yeah, Sage has burned both of his nades, and that sent Shinken down to about a slither of HP. So they are trying really hard to dislodge these players external from the map, and that's what Wedables has been able to do on the first one into Mowgli, but they want to find a little bit more success before they dedicate themselves to an execute. Now, if they want to go for a sweep... Oh, wait, what's going on there? I think Deadshot's just tried to go out for a run out on Brendo and has been taken down in the process, but Brendo's kind of stuck in his position, right? They can't really go for the sweep from here on out because P4 is here waiting to meet their resistance. Meanwhile, Oda, on the other hand, with his set of grenades, is going to try and do even more damage.
There's no need for a sweep from Bliss. All that's required is focusing up on the bomb site, identifying when are we going to be able to move in and look to try and threaten a plant. Meanwhile, the rest of Wolves are likely in position to try and deny, to try and hold on. BB finds one, can't get the second as he is traded on back. Shinka's such low HP, but meanwhile, P4's taking out Brendo. Oh, the timing, P4! You cannot get unluckier than that. 2 low HP Wolves to try and stave off Bliss, but Shinka has found one despite the low health. Fish needs to get into position, the sound cover, as he forces this plant down. Oda has to support his teammate, Fish Show Guy. 1 second left on the plant. Oda spots the player, but is it going to be enough? Right around the corner, here comes Shinka, not aiming high enough. You got to get this shot, Oda, you got to land it. That's P4. But Shinka still remains. Fisho dispatches with him, and with that, an even scoreline once again.
Well planned execute there from Team Bliss. Brendo, he had his job, and that was make sure no one can be on the Sui window, and that's about it, really. But the rest of Team Bliss then went, okay, these players on the bomb site are pretty dislodged at that point. They had all of the gridlock track stingers out inside of short. They can't rotate in through there. They know that Shinka super low, somewhere or another inside of Vault. So that's two areas that they've zoned out from there on out. All they needed to do was make that brute force work in through bathroom, in through gym, that type of thing. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly where they had the numbers redundancy. They sent their way on in through. The frags were down in their way because they had done so much damage earlier on through the mid round, and they converted it. But they're taking their tactical timeout.
And I have the call from the producer as well that this tac timeout was actually called halfway through that round. Again, second time we've had that from Bliss.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Why is it that Bliss are choosing to take their tactical timeout before the round is done? Min Goran, of course, the coach, he's the one calling these tacs. And he decided when it was, 5v3? To take a tactical timeout right here. Win or lose for Team Bliss, he's going to take that tactical pause.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Very interesting. Ooh, sorry, that was a bit gross. You didn't hear that on the mic, hopefully.
No,
anyway.
certainly not.
They're going to reattempt over in Gym and Bed Troop. Gosh, sorry. I've been a bit TMI, I feel like, recently.
It's your job to explain.
It is, but, like, there's also oversharing. That's a thing that exists. That's a thing that is, like, very topical these days with, you know, society and stuff. We're not going to get political
I
on the broadcast.
always love hearing your opinion on society and stuff.
We're not going to get political on the broadcast. Anyway, this is an interesting hold. This is very interesting from Wolves. Typically, these days, you don't see a rotate over on Garage. I guess in this instance, it kind of makes sense, right? Because you want to have a player over on Rafters to stop the extension, well, to stop the sweep from happening early on. But then he kind of doesn't really have a fall-off route, right? Whereas if you have, like, P4 here with the Azami of Mowgli, Mowgli might be able to plug up the breach and then get P4 back to safety as well, in through the rotate. Kind of old on Clubhouse. That's not a thing that you normally see these days. I kind of like the idea.
The thing that scares me here for P4 is as soon as this breach is open for Wedables and the garage door is open, then P4 has no escape.
No, he does, but that's the point in the rotate and the point in Azami, right?
How is he going to get out of dodge here? He's completely cut off.
That is true, because it is the thermite hole. It's a big hole, as some might say, as Thermite himself might say. Mowgli, man, you gotta help him.
I mean, P4 is surely doomed to die here. Does he have to just try and play his position?
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
I guess he's dead.
I ever thought that's so bad, man.
I think you're right. If that was an ASOL, then Mowgli could have supported with Azami, but with the Thermite, it's just not going to happen.
Oh, man, I have not done so much overthinking in this tournament until just that.
I tell you what, guys, this girl right here wearing the Bliss shirt, she's overthinking like crazy.
Overthinking.
Because she has a team that she wants to win. Look, I love you guys, Wolves. I love all the French fans out there, but we got to admit, there is some bias at the moment in the server.
It's so unfair. It's really so unfair to the EU fans that are watching right now. Anyway, we're going to pretend that none of that is happening right now. We love Wolves. Let's go Wolves.
Unironically, I do love
We
Wolves.
do love the Wolves.
Great
When
team.
they're not beating the Aussies, we do like the Wolves.
Even then, Wolves, if they're able to make this work, they came back from a 6-0 deficit on the first map to now be in a position where they're fighting for the series, yet still. Now that is something I'm willing to get behind.
Team Bliss, they've looked for the sweep across the map and they've done it to great success, taking out P4 now in the man advantage. They're turning their attention in towards the bomb site, which is a repeat over in gym and bedroom. Wettables, he's still got one exothermic charge in his pocket. So if he wants to rotate over and then put the pressure on Jacuzzi and see where he can go from there, he can certainly do so. But Shinka, feeling a bit worried about the pressure coming in from logistics. The way that Wettables is poised at the moment is making me think that Bliss maybe don't care that much about flipping their push over to Jacuzzi, as Wettables is able to collect another one over onto Mowgli, getting ants in his pants.
It seems to be the devil for Mowgli these last few rounds. Sage on now clearing utility on this logistic hatch. Did it not get the dread mine?
No, I think it did clear the dread mine. I think that's the point, right?
Oh, what,
nice
Oda?
shot from Bibu.
Yeah, very nice shot. I don't know what Oda's doing now.
Oh,
He's found a
another one.
second one. Bibu, Deadshot jumps in the fight as well. 1v2 now for the captain of the French team.
Around.
He knows the info. Oh, that C4 just barely missed. Bliss, don't feed this one. Doesn't matter. Edibles lands the equation. A big kill. And on the back of their tactical timeout, Bliss have taken the lead once again.
If that didn't make you feel anxious, I don't know what you were supposed to feel in that round. My God, Bliss. That was a really nice execute, a unique one. They didn't put a whole lot of pressure in from Jacuzzi. They just sort of sent someone around there a bit later on to see what was
To
going
prone
on.
in through the breach. Yeah, nice one, Oda.
Yeah, look. The idea is you can't get too angry at Oda here, okay? Bibu is a sharp shooter, but you can't get too angry at him. The point in Bliss's attack there was that they wanted to go and flood in from Con, through the doorway, through Logi, whatever. That was the point in Sage nading off the dread mine that was going to prevent the hatch drop. Not just that, but while they were going to do that, Oda was like, all right, you guys are the big distraction. I'm going to go in with the backstab, but didn't matter, Bibu was there anyway. But I really liked what Bliss did there. They went for this brute force style of attack, but it was calculated because they had such a great man advantage.
It's true. Bliss have had some really good attacks in this major so far. But Wolves have also been phenomenal. And none more than in that Chalet game where they lost to Bliss. Their attacks were so good. The game is defense now, though, for the Europeans. And that's, unfortunately for them, the second in a row that they have lost. They won this Church and Arsenal defense fairly comfortably, right, Mandy? On the back of Mowgli boosted up near the AK rack. But aside from that, they have struggled.
Fisher Guy has had none of it. He's like, okay, I died on the way down because there was a warden and he shot me. That's not cool. So now he's gone onto the Ossa, because when you drop the hatch with the Ossa shield in front of you, you cannot die. Oh, there goes Sage anyway, onto Mowgli. Oh, it doesn't matter, Warden's off the cards anyway. Who cares?
Well, that's the thing, like, Mowgli's got ants in his pants these last few rounds. He was playing so well when he just chose a role and played it on the defense. Now, on the attack, yeah, you have a license to roam, a license to lurk, but for Mowgli, he's just forfeited one of the win conditions for Wolves at staving off a flash execute.
That's not so good for Wolves as the mid-round does start to tick by for Team Bliss. Now you'd think, with the Ossa on the board, that they would be going in for something around kitchen. They don't have a whole lot of hard breach as well. Actually, well, I'm lying. They have a lot of hard breach. I've just lied twice. Anyway, Oda has also got hard breach on the Selma charges as well for Ace. So if they want to take the Ossa in through triple wall, they could also do that. Not only that, but if they wanted to, they could maybe get something working on Ash Wall too, but they don't quite have the ranged explosives to make that work. It's probably going to be more focused in around the hatch and around triple than anything else.
This has been extremely diligent from Bliss, as Wolves are essentially just waiting for this push to come through. Keep in mind as well, Mandy, there's actually no Fenrir, which we have pointed out as incredibly influential on this bomb site. Now that Valkyrie camera inside a kitchen, taken down. Spotted out by the Bliss drones. And now they can work on this hatch.
He's gonna do it. I'll tell you what, Fisher Guy is gonna do the kitchen hatch drop with the Ossa Shield. I couldn't swear this is gonna happen, but it's going to be about how well backed up it is by the rest of his team. What are they gonna do about it? They need a player postured down at the main stairs to cover the cross. Not just that, but they need someone then on the hatch covering while Brendo goes in for the backstab in blue. If they can do all those things simultaneously, they might have the medicine that they need to secure this round. Shinka, with his smoke waves, is going to be the decider for the defense. Is he gonna land them in a position that's going to make it really hard for Fisher Guy? And here goes Brendo.
Both nades go out, bit of damage done. Here comes Fish, as you said, Osa Shield to protect him. Hang on, there's a player aggressively peeking. Wedables needs to find that. Wedables needs to support his teammate. He cannot see the player. In come the flashes, 25 seconds. This is it, Bliss. Match point or busts. And the drop comes through. Oh, Fisher Guy dies. He's gassed out and he chokes the rounds. But it's not over yet. Shinka finds yet another one. Wedables goes down. Sajan must pick up the pieces. He's fallen. It's all up to Oda. 1v2. And it's a difficult clutch for him to pull off. But Bibu says, not today. Breakpoint once again. And Wolves are 2 rounds away from knocking out the Aussies.
And it was Shinka that was such the difference maker in that round. As soon as Fishogo dropped the hatch, he didn't have to die to Mowgli on the Warden, but instead, guess what? There is a gas babe in your face, and you are no longer safe from the SMG-11 of Shinka in that position, who has put up such a phenomenal game so far in this series. 11-7 is the scoreline for the anchor player of Wolves, and he just did such a great job at cutting in half the execute for Team Bliss.
That's Shinka on the right-hand side. He is looking anxious. I don't know what to tell you. The body language from him and Bibu, like, that tells you so much.
Oh man, I mean, I feel anxious. This game is so close. 5-5.
I don't care who you support. This game is nail-biting. Like, actually, if you care about Wolves, if you care about Bliss, you are on the edge of your seat. You are tearing your hair out. You are biting your nails. And now Wolves, on this tactical timeout, Lulum has had a few choice words to say. I don't know what has been the name of the game for Wolves thus far in terms of getting themselves back into the mental, but they staved off match point just there. Now it's time to claim one for themselves.
Just saying that the B in Stream B stands for bussin'. We said this yesterday, and absolutely is. Anyway, we're going to go over to Cash and CCTV for Wolves at their next attempt at a defense. And like you said, if they do win this one out, they are going to put themselves on match points, qualification points, most importantly. Whoever wins this one does send themselves in through to the playoffs, in through to stage 2. Phase 2. Sorry. Stage 2 happened.
I mean, it's all the same. Let's be real.
All the same.
Now let's see if Mowgli can figure out how to tame this beast within him. Because a lot of these defenses have been a little bit much, a little bit over-aggressive, and he's on Fenrir, which is really an operator you want alive into the late round so that you can adjust the locations of the gadgets. He looks to be playing very aggressively on this Fenrir, in fact. Will he really survive until the late round to activate them?
Maybe so. We'll have to wait and see how he plays. He's actually not looking for the roam himself. So, like you pointed out, you want the Fenrir not to really be playing on top of the Fenrir gadgets, but to manage them so his teammates can use them, right? That's the idea. That's why Mowgli's fallen back off in towards the bomb site, and he's left whatever one of his teammates, I think 2 of the teammates, over on the other side of the map to go and have some fun with the Shadow Realm, right? Anyway, here goes Wedables on his approach in to the CCTV breach, and that's opened up pretty easily for himself. Meanwhile, Fisher Guy, the other set of hard breach, I think he's actually opened up the rafters wall with that.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. This is a really good idea, right? Because by opening up the second rafters wall, he can then dislodge the player inside of rafters too. But yes, like you've been pointing out, it is being shot by the player at top red. I think that's Mowgli himself, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, there we go. So they're really protecting this rafters hole.
It's not easy to shoot those charges as well. You have to get into a really specific angle for the defense. Credit to them, though. Wolves have denied that avenue from Fish. Oh, player spotted in the lounge. That's Mowgli, of course. Like we said, he cannot help himself. He's been droned once again. But I don't think anyone from Bliss is in a position to take him down. As I say that, Wedables jumps in.
Nowhere to go.
And Oda is looking to support. Oda has to make good on this commitment. Mowgli's taken out. Sage gets the killing blow. and that's a good start for Bliss.
Well-identified weakness going in on the ground floor is Mowgli, and there was no one there to support him at all, and now they're going to turn their attention in towards Garage. They've seen the resistance over on Con, they've seen the Fenrir gadgets and whatever's going on down there, and they're like, we have none of that business, and instead they want to have a go at this Rafters. Now, the danger in trying Rafters here is that there's an Azami setup, and I think there's not only one, but two players inside of the Rafters. So really, Bliss, they could be playing into the hands of the defense here if they're not careful about it, but that's the point in having Sage on the Capital to then go and dislodge these players inside of Rafters and feed the kills to his teammates.
The Wamai isn't playing Rafters, which means there might not be enough magnets to stave off the utility from Sagen. Remember, we have a Capital on the board. This would be the perfect tool to displace P4.
Tough spot now for Bliss. What are they going to do? There's only 40 seconds left to go. They could try and brute force their way in through the breach, or they could be methodical about Rafters. Brendo's going to send in a bit of utility, and Fisher Guy has the bomb.
Oda.
That's making me think they are going to go for it.
Oh, Oda goes in. He finds a nade at the top of red stairs. P4 still survives. Both of the players remaining for Wolves sit at top Rafters, and Oda can lock them out. The diffuser for Brendo. It must go down onto the site. Where's the cover? Bibu finds one. Wettables is taken out, but Oda to find the final one. Match point and series points for the Aussies.
They are just one round away now. One more attack for Team Bliss to send themselves into Phase 2. What an excellent attack that was for Team Bliss. They read through the late round. All right, we kind of messed up here on our call because Rafters is kind of hard to take. We don't want to step our way into Garage because they would not be safe doing that. And Fisher Guy was like, Brendo, you feeling good about the breach right now? Because I'm feeling good about the breach right now. And they sent it. They made it double trouble on their entry in. And Oda really went in for that backstab to seal that execute for Team Bliss.
Match point or overtime. Certainly know what the French want to see. I'll tell you what, there's a couple of people that work for Ubisoft that are big fans of this French team. I know they're impartial, yeah, but they would love to see this team win. As for the Aussie communities, I think I know what
Raise
they want to see.
koalas.
Raise your koalas. Raise your fucking koalas, guys.
If you're Australian in the chat right now, yeah, y'all are real ones. We love you guys. We're going to go back to CCTV and Cash. A brave choice here for Wolves in their potentially final defense. Final disqualification points. They're going to repeat the same bomb site that they just lost, feeling confident that they have the formula this time around. Early pressure onto bottom garage comes out from Sage with the tin can openers. Edibles as well with their exothermic charges should pretty easily be able to open up this CCTV wall. So far, deja vu. Nothing's changed all too much.
Wettables is waiting. Remember, no Bandit, no Hayid. So there's no reason to be too cautious around these exothermic breaches. A reattempt on CCTV seems like a dangerous affair. Oh, look at that, the adaptation.
Oh, but the impact.
Oh, it's genius. The smoke to
Do it
cover.
again, people.
The impact to try and cover once again.
There are 3 Selma charges and only 2 impacts. Surely that means the wall is open, and yes, it is.
Wow.
That's P4 in a really tough spot now.
Genius idea, though, from P4. He was perfect. I mean, adaptation meets adaptation. Bliss countered the shooting of the Selmas by smoking it, and then the counter once again for P4 by impacting it. Fortunately, Bliss, they do get the better of that hole, but P4 can simply clog it up with keeper barriers.
Nice micro from Mowgli, realizing that it is going to be a garage take here for Bliss. They are going to try and take out P4, and his situation is going to try and help him out by activating some of those Fenrir charges down inside of the ground floor. Mowgli himself as well is going to reposition down inside of Mini to play that cross with P4 and make sure that he's alive for a little bit longer. Oh my goodness, that was a little bit scary onto Brendo on the other side.
Mowgli is such an important player for Wolves. He either wins or he falls. There is nothing in between, and Oda is his first victim.
Danger zone now for Team Bliss with a minute left to go. Deadshot's going to play in the second, but Wettables is in the middle of the side.
Oh, Wettables! He's found 2. He's shut down. Brendo and Sage in the brothers to close it out, but he chokes it at the final hurdle. And Sage has no choice but to smack down this keeper barrier. The fuser on the ground as he walks through the gas. Another one meets him. And he must pick this back up. The kit in hands. 3 players to find. They will give him nothing. And he has to take these fights one by one, straight again into the meat grinder. Deadshot says, you know what, guys? I think it's about time for another overtime.
Oh my goodness, Wolves. You have kept yourselves alive at the brink of defeat. What composure they had in the final few seconds of the round. That was a crazy execute there from Bliss. They sent it in through the mid-round. They thought that they could repeat the same tricks twice, but it doesn't work on the Wolves. They were ready for that breach rush that time as it came in through the mid-round, and they shut them down for it.
Wolves are so composed.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
They started this half with the win, and then they lost 2 defenses in a row. Match point against them, it doesn't matter. They ice up. Mowgli's been so hot and cold. He's got 11 kills, that's a lot, but he's also got 12 deaths. And even though he found 1 kill there at the start of the round, it was not enough for him to call it a day. Wolves in the dying moments. Once again, Shinka has been one of the MVPs of Wolves. He plays it so well when he's got that gas in hand. Now he's on the Fenrir, another big brain operator.
10 seconds to
And we go to another defense for Wolves.
Blitz and Grim in the lineup for Team Bliss. Now, Dev, I don't know what you think's going to happen,
Attackers
but
must
I hope you
locate
can
and
tell me,
defuse a
because
bomb.
I don't know.
This is why I moved into play-by-play casting, Mandy. I've got you to tell me what the hell's
I'm
going on.
asking you the wrong questions, that's what you're telling me.
Well, yes, it's a nice idea with Wettables on the blitz, but Mowgli is on the Solar, so if he's in the right spot, he will be able to see that blitz coming
they
from a
left
mile
Dirt soft.
away. Dirt is soft, as you say. This is so tempting now for Bliss.
Let him in. Let him in. Oh, he's going to let himself in. He's got a breach charge. That's exciting.
Might drone himself forward. It's not an easy position to play as a blitz. Oh, this drone's not spotted. That's such a power drone.
Oh, no, he's seen it. Shinka's seen it. I'll tell you what. Oh, no, he hasn't.
No clue.
Wettables is having a big, long think about this, and he's just come to his team. Guys, skip the roam clear. Go to blue right now. And I can only imagine that's what 2 players are posturing up for at the moment for Team Bliss. Wettables is going to creep his way on through. Oh,
They know.
but his push is suddenly made aware to Wolves as that Fenrir gadget has gone off.
There's
He might have
also,
been too preemptive on it.
He may have. There's also a Vulcan canister on the doorway that P4 can easily detonate as soon as he sees that the blitz is at bay. Wettables, he's got so much info, but what to do with it? That's the begging question.
This is a tough spot for Bliss. They've got a lot of decision-making to do here. Do they commit to the opportunity that Wettables has? Or is the opportunity that Wettables has not good enough? That's what Fisher Guy on the IGL needs to decide. We can see him on his drone work right now, trying to confirm Wettables' decision, and it seems like they're going to double down on it. They want to hit the bomb site, and they are posturing for it right now.
Sage creeping forward. Wettables is here too. But the Vulcan canister on the door will surely make it impossible. And so they must wait 20 seconds before they make any action. Oda's made his way in through Oil Pit. You're right, this is indeed a massive commitment. There are still roamers at large. Wolves will have to flank. And the roamers will need to have an impact as well. The anchors themselves will need to keep Bliss at bay for long enough.
They're setting up Brendo here. They know that Brendo is going to be the difference maker either through blue or to keep the flankers at bay. Fisher Guy with the diffuser is on and above the hatch and he really wants to get in, but here goes the flood from Brendo.
Oh,
He's caught
Mowgli.
in the shadow realm, but Sage can open things up.
A good trade, but Shink is good. Sage for a double. Oda low HP. As Wolves with their advantage peel on back. That diffuser is not within either of these players' clutches. Sage on. He found the first 2 openers and he is hungry for more. He goes deep into sight and he finds nothing. A breach with the sledgehammer. The nade comes out, but will he find the kill? He's shut down. Deadshot. A massive kill once again. Oda finds 1, 2 more to find. He's got no clue that there's more in Moto. And 1 player far above. Shinka gets the closing kill. And with that, we get what we deserve. We deserve every damn round out of this game.
And Bliss, unfortunately, just fumbling the bag a little bit with that execute as it came through the walls with an excellent retake, identifying that Bliss decided to commit in towards that dirt push. It was a big call. It was a brave call for Team Bliss to go for something like that, but the Wolves, they were on top of it, and they stemmed the bleeding, and they are going to send themselves to another match point, qualification point, but Bliss are going to get the defense, and they're going to try and repeat what Wolves just did.
And Bliss was so good at doing so. Wolves only successful on a Church and Arsenal attack just the 1 time. Now, Wolves themselves have been perfect on it. All 3 times they've played it, indomitable. Now Bliss will have to have an adequate reply. They don't have match point. They will have to fight back. They will have to fight for it. Wolves are in a commanding position now. Their first series point today, and the first chance that they have had to lock in the playoffs.
All right, here we go, Team Bliss. They are leaning in to the bomb site itself. They're not looking for much of a roam. Yes, there's a couple friendly gadgets over on the ground floor, but they're not going to stay active for long. Sage is going to micro those as the mid-round plays through. Once again, we've got that Sage versus Shinka minigame happening in through the mid-round with Shinka on the Twitch drones. That's what we're going to worry about a little bit later. But Oda, do not give away your life. You've seen Mowgli enter into the building within 20 seconds of the round. Do not let him walk in. And yep, there he goes. A different entry point every time. And Mowgli's made his way on all the way into Master.
Is there info enabling this, or is Mowgli just taking the gamble?
He's got pre-place. That's what Shinka's on right now.
Wow. And immediately onto his own drones as well to scout forward. Wolves, ever so quick. They're so pacey in the first 30 seconds of the rounds. Already a player at the top of main stairs, but Bliss, full anchorage.
Afforded a lot of control have Wolves been given as they can start to work through this mid-rounds. Bibu is going to make his way inside a kitchen to then go and work the kitchen hatch, and it's Deadshot, of course the one on the sledge, droning at the moment, just setting up a couple of flanks as it stands before he can start to get to work on the vertical. A lot of time at the moment for Wolves to make this plan phase work. Last time around, they tried to go for a cheeky Ash wall rush plant type thingy, but Bliss were ready for that eventuality. Now the question here is, under the pressure, are Bliss going to be ready for the rest of the eventualities that Wolves are going to bring out here? There's so many options because they have so much time to do it and so much time to prep for it.
And these Twitch drones roll on in again. Legion mines, Dread mines, well, my magnets, slew of utility to clear. I think he got one of the Dread mines, but none of the magnets.
That's good. That's one activation down. And that means that the position inside of blue, the entry to come in from blue is going to be made much easier.
Oh, you got a second one?
No. I think that was the one Dread Mine. Maybe he did get a wall mine, a Dread Mine. Unless there were two of them in here.
I think there were two, indeed.
That's
were they
really
both
solid.
Activated?
This is excellent. This is an excellent position for Wolves. Blue has a tendency to be the linchpin of every attack. And Wolves going into the 5 versus 5 execute. These guys are the late game kings. Surely they can convert this one, realizing that blue is now a point of less resistance with those Dread Mines taken away.
And here goes Mowgli. The nades, the smokes, the spam. It's exactly what Wolves are looking for to enable their star player. Snaking on through oil. Mowgli ever so patient, 30 seconds now.
And here he goes, Mowgli with the entry, but can he find one? Yes, he can. No, he can't. Oda mine first, and Bruno to double down with the second.
Wolves, they've fallen flat on their faces, but Bibu's giving them a lifeline. Mowgli desperately looking for something. He gets it, but it's going to need to be a hell of a lot more than that. 2 players on the ground is not enough. Bliss push us to round number 15. And we need every goddamn round out of this game to sort out a winner.
And how deserving this series is of a 15-round map 3 between these two teams. What a rivalry we have told in this series alone, in this major alone. They started out together in that upper bracket, and now Wolves have a grudge against this team that they want to fix.
They have a score to settle. There is no doubt about it. Wolves, for 4 majors in a row and for the Six Invitational, they managed to get to the playoffs. At SI, a 5th place finish. Their best ever performance. Mowgli's played this game for longer than anyone, and he has never raised the trophy. Will that change now? Well, Wolves are going to have to get out of the bloody play-ins first, and there's a bunch of Aussie larrikins standing in their way.
Oh man, we're going to go over to Gym and Bedroom as well. Where's Gym and Bedroom? I'm so nervous. I'm so scared.
Gym and Bedroom on the defense for Wolves. Unsuccessful in both of the times that they played it earlier in this game. Bliss owned this bomb site on their attack. Can they do it a third?
Tell you what, my Hebes have been GB'd. My Hebes are being GB'd right now. Team Bliss have been really good at attacking this bomb site. You just pointed it out in the stats. And for the final round, but the final round of this series, Wolves are going to take us to Gym and Bedroom. I'm scared. I feel fear.
As do all of these players in the server, but push that to the back of your mind. You cannot let the fear win.
Here goes Wettables to open up the CCTV wall routine so far, Team Bliss. Fisher Guy on the other side does have the other set of hard breach in the form of the Selmas, and he's going to work the jacuzzi wall on his own. Very nice. So 2 points of pressure immediately put out for Team Bliss. The real question here is which one of these pressure is going to be real pressure and which one is phantom pressure, right, for Team Bliss. That's what Wolves have got to worry about here. Which breach do they have to look at now? Meanwhile, the rest of the Team Bliss players are 2 sets of nades. So they want to be using this balcony control that they now have with the breach open to see if they can unlock the bomb site by claiming the lives of some of these anchors.
Bliss study this bomb site piece by piece. Where is our in? Is it to sweep? Is it to press gently until we sense a weakness?
There's a science to this attack. There really is. It feels like we're watching like a dissection happen right now. But where is the first incision going to be for Team Bliss? And it seems like the map sweep is where it's going to come from. The wall now open for Brendo inside of Con is going to allow his way in towards Con. But behind the Con wall is the rest of the resistance of Team Wolves.
So much information for Mowgli. He's playing so passively on the bomb site. So unlike him. But he's keen for a kill. He's keen for something. It's so unlike Mowgli. It's not in his nature to sit on site and play a position. He needs freedom to move.
This is where the explosives need to come into play for Team Bliss. They need to start sending these nades into the bomb site, and they need to start to get Brendo's explosive charges in on these Azami barricades. Nice info for Oda. That's going to open up some of the bombs. Oh, but there's one down below, and that is the opening pick of the final round going down to Bibu. But there are 2 players at the moment in the ground floor. Bliss could hit it, but not if Deadshot will shut them down.
Sagen, he takes down that C4. Brendo's found the opener, and his big brother moves on in. He almost finds 1 kill, but Deadshot finds his head. Fisher Guy and Brendo now, with the weight of a region on their shoulders in a 2 versus 4.
They're really starting to feel the gravity of the bomb site pulling them now with only 25 seconds left to go. And here goes Brendo into the Shadow Realm. Shut down. Shinka on the other side.
And it's up to Brendo now to do what nobody else can do. Wolves let out a howl. It would not be a major without these guys down into the playoffs. Dreams crushed for Australia.